Yeah, we wondered. I mean, we wondered about this team. Just wondered because the Seahawks game felt so odd that you just really wondered what we had, who we were, what could
Yep.
we be. And this game, what did you learn during this game? I mean, what there's so many things to learn. What did you learn?
I learned, okay, that we are the cream of the NFC North crop.
Yeah,
Like, I guess that's my biggest takeaway, because as you look at the stats and as we're watching, there's 2 minutes left as we're recording this. David Montgomery just got his 30th carry. Oh my goodness. But nobody's stats, other than his and his yards per carry even aren't there, jump off the page at you. Nobody's stats. But
right.
yet, this game, we completely dominated the only other team that looks good at all. Like in the
Yeah.
division. Like they're the only team that through the first couple weeks first few weeks has looked decent at all. I mean, think about it. Goff threw for 205, touchdown and a pick. Montgomery ran for 119 yards, but it's taken 31 carries. St. Brown only had 4 catches. Laporta had 4 catches. Like nothing is insane here. Jerry Jacobs had 2 picks. He had a great night. Thank goodness. Right? But like nothing was insane. And yet this game wasn't even close.
No, I'm glad you said that because that we got nervous. I think we all kind of were like, okay, all right, because we just completely dominated. But if you just step back and you're not a fan of the Lions, you're just a neutral fan. You're like,
Yep.
we dominated, and that's what's going to happen. You come out of halftime, you're trying to play a little safe. Jordan Love throws a couple balls. Like that's totally fine.
Yep.
This was not a close game. When it was like rubber meets the road, first quarter, they couldn't do anything. Remember that little option play where Branch hits the quarterback,
Dude.
and then we cover up. I mean, it's like, let's go. That point right
and
there.
then they upended Aaron Jones, sent him
Yes.
for a 360 front flip.
Yes, like oh, that was so. Yeah, what I learned is, yeah, we are, whether guys are injured, whoever's in there, we've got a star in Aidan Hutchinson. So you got our lines set. Linebackers look good, and secondary's
Yes.
playing well.
Even with
Teams,
all the injuries.
yeah, even with injuries, and teams cannot run on us. And when you can stop the run and run the ball, then you allow a guy like Ben Johnson to scheme up. How about those? I mean, some of the stuff at the goal line where he brought like a double motion off to the left to get us more numbers on the left and run it. I mean, there's just so many innovative things, but he can do that because we can stop the run defensively, and then we're running the ball. We got a great offensive line. Then Goff's playing well. There's a lot there. So I'll shut up, but I'll say, what did you like about our defense mainly as you watched this? Obviously the pressures and stuff. What did you like?
Yeah, and then I want to talk about something different too.
Yeah.
What I liked, and they hit on it at halftime too. What I loved was that the defense was able to get a large amount of pressure, and there's another first down, game over. There was a large amount of pressure, and we were just rushing 4. And sometimes that fourth rusher was Jack Campbell. Sometimes it was Barnes. It wasn't always a defensive lineman, but we were only rushing 4, and we kept repeatedly getting to Jordan Love. This is back-to-back games against mobile quarterbacks, and the mobile quarterbacks didn't kill us with their feet. Not at all. And after watching what Geno Smith did to us in week 2, like that was one of the things where it's like, all right, here we go again. Mobile quarterbacks are going to kill us, right? And like every year, mobile quarterbacks are going to kill us. Nope. So I think when you ask, what do I like about the defense? What I liked was we got to the quarterback and there was sticky coverage. There's very few times where people were just running wide open.
Yes.
Sticky coverage by the corners, man.
100%. And that's something we haven't seen. We haven't seen the pressure. We haven't seen, again, and this, you can't blame guys like you and I, man. A lot of guys in the comments and stuff. You've been watching Lions forever, and it's like, man, we're playing so well. It's unbelievable. 4 straight games against Green Bay. I love it. At Lambeau. And another thing that I love, the crowd. There's so much blue in the crowd, and you saw that at Kansas City.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
Did you hear the "Let's Go Lions" chants in the first half?
A couple times I heard it. Yes. And so what the heck, man? Like, dude, you can't even. It's so awesome, and I'm just so like, I need a minute really to let this all sink in. This
Well,
is
while
awesome.
you're letting it sink in, I got something else for you.
Yes.
And it was one of those things, and we can talk about this again in a few minutes, but I just want to mention it here for a second. End of the third quarter, play clock clearly at 0, right? Like the game clock, not the play, whatever. It should be over with. Those are the type of plays that always burned us in the past.
Game over.
Right?
Yep.
Game over. Like, this is how they come back. This is how they win. Our team, and I think what we're starting to realize, what I'm starting to realize, it wasn't that our team was just unlucky. We just weren't talented enough.
Mm-hmm.
And so when all these crazy things keep happening, and we lose the games, well, crazy things happened in this game that shouldn't have happened. Like, that call should not have happened, and then they get a touchdown. But in the grand scheme of things, we still doubled them up on points. We won 34-17 because we were by far the better team.
Yes.
Who cares?
I love that.
So it was just so much fun to be able to be like, oh, this is stupid. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm actually not that mad because we'll be fine.
Dude, that is what I totally agree, because in the past, you're right. We would spend all week thinking about that. It hit 0. It hit 0. And it's like, those things happen. You nailed it. And but when you're able to overcome it. So like the Quay Walker stuff, they have 0 margin for error. And that's what the Lions had. 0 margin for error. So you make a mistake, Quay Walker, thank you. We can always count on you down the goal line to do something for us. And it end the game right there.
Yep.
And you can blame him and we can thank him, but we dominated. That didn't matter. I mean, we were just dominating the game. So I love that you said that. That's a great point.
Yeah, and I'm watching the game. I'm watching the game with my wife. That was great, right? And she's like, "Are you worried? Like, they're starting to come back?" And I'm just like, "We were up 24 with a half to go. It's just we're up by too many to lose."
Yep.
Like, they would have to play absolutely perfect, and we would have to play absolutely atrocious. We outgained them to, what was it, 284-20 in the first half? And they would have to do that exact same thing in the second half. I didn't see that happening.
Oh,
and so
yes.
like, that was just crazy. What do you got?
No, I think Lions fans, we still have it in us a little bit, but it's like we can get rid of those nervousness those anxious moments when the team's like it's like, oh man, they scored. It's like, we're still down 3 scores, and because we can run the ball. I love that we can run the ball, and I love the innovation and the one step ahead. They mentioned the broadcast of Ben Johnson. He did a lot of play action on first down. You hit Reynolds. I mean, Goff, and I'll just spend a second on Goff. Goff can make a couple of throws per game. That's like, it's huge. It's big time. And then you see players like the last 2 quarterbacks we played, Ritter and Love. Man, he missed a couple that those keep the drives going. That's a 20-yard gain. That Love missed in this game, right when at that critical. And again, I mean, but there were some critical points where it's like, nice, he missed that guy. Where Goff fits that. Remember, we're reeling a little bit, not reeling, but it's like we hit Laporta on like our second drive.
And what a great catch by Laporta.
Great catch, great, and that's the difference. And if we have Goff, we can do some good things this year, as long as we have Goff healthy.
Yeah, as long as we have Goff healthy. And I think too, I will say on the running back room, like, Montgomery's a beast. He's better than Williams ever was. It is awesome to see Montgomery work. Please stay healthy. You can't run him 30 times a game, but I get it. He didn't have any carries last game, so you can give him a few more on this one. But you know what? Like, he's a workhorse. He's a beast. Gibbs, come on. It's time to go, man. Like, it's time to go. And I will say that, like, for a running back, he has plenty of time. Like, Montgomery's here. Gibbs needs to be good by game 8, 9, something like that. But I did see in the second half a little bit lack of the big playmaking. But that's okay, because we didn't have to. We just didn't have to.
We didn't have to. And man, some of the comments here, you're 4-0 or 4-0 in the last 4 against Green Bay. You're leading the division. It's obvious that the Bears are not even a factor.
Yeah.
The Vikings could get weird. You never know with them, but I mean,
but 0-3 is tough, man. They're already talking about trading Cousins.
That's a hole.
Yeah.
And then you watched a Green Bay team that Jordan Love is just not there yet. Just simply not a guy that you fear. I mean, it's not that at all. It's not even close to that. So it just feels good, man. It's like, and don't apologize for nothing that this division's a little weaker or whatever. I love it. This is great.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
So what? And is it weaker, or is it just that Green Bay's not on top anymore?
That's right.
Like, I think that's the thing where it's like, all right, now maybe there's a new team on top and it's the Lions. So everybody's just like, oh, the division's weaker. Not necessarily. I think it might just be, but it is, because the Bears and the Vikings are terrible. So, okay, I want to talk about this. I'm going to bring this in a completely different direction. And I want to talk about the people behind the scenes that might be the most important to this win and the success of the Lions. In the offseason, the Detroit Lions went out and they got a whole new, kind of training and health staff. Remember this? They go out, they get a guy from Arizona. They go into other places. So you're talking both strength, but mostly just injury prevention and injury recovery. So think about where we were last week. How in the world, David Montgomery, at first they're like, he's going to be out 3 weeks.
Oh yeah. He might go on IR.
He might go on IR, and he's playing again 11 days later or 12 days later, right? You talk about Decker coming back from that ankle injury. You talk about just different people where it's like, I mean, Hutchinson hurt his shoulder and nobody ever talked about it. He just kept playing. There are guys that are coming back. Josh Reynolds had a groin injury. Yeah. And it is just like, how badly depleted is this team going to be? And basically it was Kirby Joseph. Yeah. And then even little things like Branch goes out and he ends up coming back in the game, re-hurting himself. I'm really glad it's a long week. Hopefully he'll be all right for next weekend. But the training staff goes on. They put a portable heating pad on his ankle to try and keep his ankle loose so he can play. What's happening? The training staff and the medical staff is underrated, and I think they are a huge reason why the Detroit Lions were able to win this game walking away.
Yeah, and you see it in the comments where we're just like, hey, I've never been to a point where I've really cared so much about the injuries. And the reason is because it's clear we've got talent, we've got this, and we got to avoid the catastrophic injuries. But you nailed it. The Montgomery injury was like, he's gone. Weeks, he's going to be gone. And the next week, he's out 1 week, and then he's back carrying the ball 30 times. Decker's in there going toe-to-toe with Rashawn Gary.
Yep. That is who was playing out of his mind, by the way.
What the heck? Gary. Yeah, Rashawn Gary. Can't stand that guy. But I can't stand. I just can't. So I love that. And I love that topic. And I think it's so true. And it's like, dude, let's go. We've got it. We have it all. Without drinking the Kool-Aid, fully Kool-Aid, and it's beyond that now. There's not a weakness on this team, a glaring weakness anymore. And any area that you can possibly think, there's just not.
Yeah. The only way is if Brian Branch had actually torn his Achilles, which I thought he did.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it was when he planted off the right foot and then he dropped down. And I'm like, it's a torn Achilles. It's a strained calf. Apparently it was an ankle. Right. So because they taped up the ankle and they did the x-ray. So clearly everything's intact. So I'm just sitting there and I even sent on a text thread to a bunch of people. I'm like, well, that's it. Branch is done for the season. He's getting carted off now. And next series, he's back on the field. It makes no sense to me. I love what this team has done. And I think last year, here's the biggest difference with this team overcoming injuries. We're going to keep talking about the injury thing, and we're going to talk about it. Last year, we started, was it 2-6, right? And we had all those injuries in the beginning of the year. And this year, we have all the same injuries in the beginning of the year. We're out 2 offensive linemen in the beginning, and we're down our best, arguably, defensive back for the year, possibly. All these things are happening, and we're 3-1.
Yep.
The depth, the talent, I can't stop talking about it.
In just to not to fully change the subject, but I'm just thinking of something that I want to talk about. I know we'll go back to the injuries. Is there anything better than when they would take a shot at the stands, and you'd see all the Lions, but then you just see the Packer fans, and they look that you can spot Packer fans a mile away. They just look I don't know but to see these Packer fans with those faces, they've had so much success for the last 25 years, and so
30.
to be at their place and to see them just in shock made my week, and I love that. And we just got guys out there flying around. Hutchinson is a complete animal, and he's on our team.
Yeah,
and I loved seeing us just come at them in waves, and the Packer fans just dying.
but isn't Hutchinson the perfect Detroit animal? Like, he's this guy where he has an unbelievable amount of skill. Don't hear me say he's not unbelievably skillful. He's not the skill level of Bosa in San Francisco. That's a different level of smooth, but he is almost as or just as effective just because he has a motor that is unlike anything I've ever seen. And so it's kind of this perfect Detroit grit because he just can't stop. He won't stop. And it's just awesome because he's getting there through talent and just sheer will. And that's what you want to see on a team like this. And that is another reason why he just continues to get it done in big moments and for big plays. It is really amazing to watch. And 3-1, man.
3-1 in Jerry Jacobs, your boy. I thought
what, you just call him my boy?
Yeah, he had 2 interceptions and played much better. Because I would say that's our only thing that I wish we had another corner, because Sutton is just playing so well. Mosley might be coming back here. He will be coming back in the next couple weeks. But I thought Jerry did good.
Oh, yeah. This was by far his best game of the year. Okay. And I think this is a little bit closer to kind of what he is. And I also think, I know this sounds weird, some players just play better on grass. I think he's one of them.
Yeah.
I think grass kind of neutralizes speed just a little bit. And I think Jerry Jacobs' biggest issue is, and the reason he wasn't drafted, is he's not quite as twitched up, right? Like he absolutely plays hard. He's a dog. He's a gamer, but he's not as twitched up as some of the other players are. So when you get him on this, and they were slipping all over this field last week.
Yes.
And there was some slippage on this field this week too, which is weird because usually Green Bay has one of the best fields in the business. But also, I don't know if you're seeing this right now. There's still probably 2,000-3,000 Lions fans just staying in the stadium for the post-game show.
Us out.
Yeah, and it's fantastic.
Hey, how about, I thought the Amazon, I've not watched a game on Amazon. I thought the overall production, the commercials, the quality was really good. I didn't like the fast forward situation on my screen, but I thought the Amazon production was high quality. It was awesome. It really felt like a primetime game, and it just, this whole evening has been so special.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun evening, and I've always been frustrated with Amazon because I hate the fast forward, and I usually start the Thursday night game at like 10 p.m.
Okay,
but it was awesome watching it live. Now, I got to see the pregame from like 7 to 7:30, and then I had a bet with my daughter that if she could get her homework done in under 45 minutes, I told her I'd play Minecraft with her. It's about the only way she can get me to play Minecraft. So, because I'll play Mario for days, right? But like getting me to play Minecraft, that was tough. So I didn't get to watch the 7:30 to 8 o'clock pregame because I was that. But I thought, you're right. I thought they did a fantastic job. What was his name? The left tackle for the Rams. That's one of the anchors on the cover. He's
bald.
Yeah, he did fantastic.
You know who's terrible is my poor guy, Tony Gonzalez is terrible.
You think so? I think Fitzmagic was pretty bad.
Yeah.
For that Harvard education. But did you see the interview, the back and forth interview with Barry Sanders and Marshawn Lynch?
Yes.
So when Marshawn Lynch comes in and sees that he gets to be interviewed, or he gets to interview or watch tape of Barry Sanders, it takes him the longest time. He is crying. He was crying because he was in the presence of Barry Sanders. Like, that's who he is to some running backs. That's just really cool.
It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
And Marshawn Lynch already. Yeah. By the way, Bugs and McNeil, great to see Bugs. We'll get to him in a second, but
Yeah.
McNeil looks quick, and that's you
Mhm.
want to talk about if you want to get down to nuts and bolts and you want to be a good team, but those two guys got to continue to be big for us.
Can we remember this too? First 2 weeks of the NFL season, just gut it out, grind it out. You really can't learn anything. Every team's learning who they are, who their identity is. Weeks 3 and 4, you start to get to see what the team is. Like teams start to find their stride. They start to go. So those players that in the first 2 games, basically anybody on the defensive line that just wasn't what we didn't think was living up to the expectation that they should be. Well, they've showed us in the last 2 games, like we got this. And guess what? Our run defense, which is one of the best in the NFL, only got better in this game.
Even better. It's
even better. Can I tell you how many rushing yards Green Bay had? No. I want you to guess how many rushing yards Green Bay had.
I'm gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess low. My dad pulled that trick. He'd be like 2, and you're like, well, no. I'm gonna go 44.
44, and right, because 44 is a very small amount of rushing yards.
Yes,
27.
Jeez,
we ran for. Do you want to know how many we ran for?
Ooh, yes, hit me.
211.
Love it. I mean, football, that's why I love it, man, because football, you got to stop the run and run the ball. And if you do that, and it was funny because we got that, we threw an interception. It's like, okay, fine. We just have to get one then, right? That's just, this is how it's got to be. But it almost didn't matter, but it did. And then we get that tip and the game's kind of over. And at that point, right at halftime, and man, this is just, I don't know what to think really when I think about this team, because you're right. You look at Carolina's next, that's going to be a win. I mean,
whoa, buddy.
Don't even go to the game.
I got wood right here. Here we go. Knocking on it.
Yeah. That's going to be a game where it's like, okay, is that at Carolina though?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a wonderful question. Would you like me to look up our schedule?
We have 3 games left until the bye, and
no, it's
4
home.
games. Oh, don't you feel pretty good about that?
I felt pretty good about it last year when they beat us by like 30.
But that was at Carolina, and I didn't like that at all. But
I know this sounds really weird. I hope Bryce Young's healthy by the time we play Carolina.
Yes.
That offense is so vanilla and bland with him at the helm. But yeah, Carolina, if we play well, that should be a victory.
Absolutely. And I just want to hit on this right here. We talk about him quite a bit, but we don't talk about him enough. And in Goff, the whole story, and to see him he is a gamer, man. He goes out, throws an interception. Oh, we're all, just kind of like, dude, off his back foot, just kind of lofts it up there, comes back, responds, carries us. Good dude. It's awesome.
Great first half, manages the game, didn't have to do a lot. And then when he needed to in the fourth quarter, put together a lot of runs, but a couple of big throws for a almost 9-minute drive to seal the game and go up 34-17. Highlighted by him. It was fantastic. And here's what I will say, and I am noticing this. We're starting to miss the lack of a downfield presence.
Yes.
In the passing game. And that's why our offense in the last couple games has gotten out of the gates pretty fast, because it's well called, and then it starts to slow down. It starts to struggle a little bit. So my hope is our next 2 games are at home against the Panthers and on the road against the Buccaneers. Okay. And then we get our downfield threat back. Just his presence, I think, will change a lot. And then we're going to Baltimore, and and the Raiders are coming to us.
Monday Night Football, Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
You're right. It's a threat thing. It's not, we're not looking to just throw it deep and get 40-yard bombs. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to push them back a little bit. It feels tight, and Goff's making it work, thankfully, and he's putting it into tight spots. But doesn't it feel like if we? But
where does Goff love to throw? Over the middle.
Yep.
And if you have safeties that are cheating back and to the sides because you have a deep threat, it opens up the middle of the field for St. Brown and Laporta.
Yes.
By the way, Laporta, most receptions by a tight end in his first 4 games in NFL history.
He looks different out there, man. He looks strong, big. He looks the part, and thankfully we have him, because like we're just saying, we don't have who's the guy. But you know what? Shout out to Reynolds. What a performance. He had 2 huge catches that were just like, let's go, Reynolds. I love it.
Yeah, and not a shout out to Marvin Jones Jr., who dropped yet another pass.
No, so he has 2 catches on the year for, I'm making this up, 4 yards.
Honestly, you might not be that far off.
Oh my gosh, dang it, Reynolds.
I need to know this.
Marvin.
Yeah.
No, I thought Marvin would be okay, but nah, shoot.
Yeah, I thought he still had a little something left, and he may prove that he does. So, Marvin Jones Jr. on the season has, and this is false, but he has 2 catches for 7 yards with 6 targets, and it says 2 drops, but I'm counting. But don't forget, one of those receptions was also a fumble.
Yeah, that's right.
He's been targeted 7 times or 6 times, and half of the times he's been targeted, the ball has gone through his arms or hands. And if you look on PFF, I was doing this, and it did not get better in this game. He, out of 111 receivers that have played enough snaps to be rated, he's 111. Dead last.
It's dude.
Sorry, buddy. Love you. Thankful for your time in Detroit. Truly.
First time around. Yes, love it. And
Hope you come back.
You've taught me to really look at stats, and really, now that we're a few weeks in, I'm enjoying it more and more to just look at the numbers. So Jordan Love coming to this game was like 22 of 44. He's 50% completion percentage. And I'm like, I didn't know that. And I saw that. And then they said Goff is at 70%.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's go. And we talked about this before the game, is like, at the end of the day, you can talk injuries, you can talk plays, schemes. Who would you rather have, Goff or Love? And it just proved out so easily right in front of our faces. And just to see, Goff. Hello.
So Frieza, whatever his name is, apparently hates Goff and thinks he's terrible. And everybody's getting on him in the comments. And his last one is, why are you guys so loyal to Goff while Rams fans hated him? We're loyal to Goff because he is 11-3 in the last 14 games. I'll take it.
The dude wins. Yep.
He wins. And there's been close victories. There's been comeback victories. There's been blowout victories. And he has just been consistent. No, Jared Goff is not going to go out there and put the team on his back, go Superman and win it like a Peyton Manning or Patrick Mahomes or something like that, and just sling it all over the field, throw for 400 yards and will his team to victory. But he will keep them on task. And if there's enough talent on the team, which this team has, he is more than serviceable. He's good. He's good. And so, yes, we like Goff. And by the way, $30 million for a quarterback in this day and age is a bargain.
Oh my gosh, it really is. And the whole thing, I mean, the Brad Holmes, how he got him, because remember, that just rebooted our whole franchise, because the trade for Goff and Stafford, because we get the first round picks, but that, who cares if you have that if you can't draft well? But
we draft well.
Brad Holmes, I mean, that's what that Amazon the pregame was showing. You just see you look out there and it's like, oh, Penei Sewell, St. Brown, all these guys that we've drafted. We don't. Khalif Raymond's the only guy I can think of, actually, there's a few free agent type guys, fine, but our meat and core of our team is like, dude, they're all 24, and you're like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, like, when you think about free agent signings, right? Like this year we had a couple of good ones, but I think of like Cam Sutton has been balling out, right? I think on the corner, I think about guys who came in for the first year and then earned a second paycheck. I think about guys like Will Harris, right? I think about guys like Bugs, but they're not like our stars. That's right. By the way, I think I'm going to say something weird. we talk about Goff and what we like about him and kind of the consistency, kind of about how he just does his job. Can I just say Cam Sutton on the corner has been unbelievable for the
Unbelievable.
first 4 games? He has been
Unbelievable.
absolutely nuts. And I cannot remember a time where a pass was completed against him. Can you actually
No,
remember a time where
no.
he's given up? I mean, he has.
I'm sure he has, but yeah,
He's given up 10 technically according to PFF. But like he's been really, really good. And they're
dude,
not targeting him very often because they know he's really good.
he's really been awesome for us. I can't wait to see Mosley. And here's Craig, the Detroit Lions have
I'm
won
saying it's
6.
Revis Island, but come on.
The Detroit Lions have won 6 straight divisional games. First
Yes.
time since 95.
Since 95. Like, don't you love for the first time when stats are being shown, when they're saying stuff, it's all good for the Lions? Like, biggest halftime lead on the road since 1970, right? Like, those are the kind of things where I'm just like, thank you. And 6 times, 6 in a row for the first time since Barry Sanders.
Yes.
And just, it's like, thank you.
Thank
you.
What's your favorite moment of the night? My favorite moment was that when the Packers ran that option and it was like, oh, the camera got fooled just for a second. So I'm like, oh no, like I got fooled and we blew it up and their running back's legs are straight up in the air. That was my favorite. How about you?
Jones,
Yeah,
like flipped over. I think that has to be one of the favorite moments of the night. But I will say what I think my favorite moment of the night was we throw a pick in our first series, right?
Yeah.
Which stinks. That's not my favorite moment. Then we come back and it's like, oh my goodness, even we're trudging along in that one. And then all of a sudden, 2 plays, 60 yards, touchdown.
Yes.
Right. And I'm just like, okay, thank you. Laporta for like 35 or 40 yards, and then St. Brown.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
was awesome.
that was my favorite moment where I'm like, oh, okay, we're okay. It's 7-3 now, and then we're good to go. That was, I think, my favorite moment. But my favorite individual was exactly what you were saying, was that tackle. That was hilarious.
But no, I love what a great series. 2 plays, Laporta, and then you scheme up that little stop and go double move, and it's like, let's go.
Both of those were against Rasul Douglas, by the way.
Rasul. Who's the obviously you got what's his name? Who's the guy that had the penalty?
Oh, dude, Quay Walker.
Thanks, Quay.
He is the only player in the NFL that was ejected from not 1 but 2 games last year.
Yep.
So they're talking about how he's focusing on meditation and he wants to be that reliable guy for this team and he doesn't want to do anything dumb. And then he just does something that is so clearly against the rules.
Don't we
It's been in place for a long time.
So we had this with Steve, the guy that just commented, we were like, that's been in there forever. That rule actually is a newer rule in 2016. We were like, doesn't he know
with that? I mean, 7 years.
Yeah, but still, everyone knows you can't jump over that.
School.
In NFL, there's like we just all learned don't jump over, and you can't hit the center, and it's really just don't, because when you're in a field goal situation, you're like, all right, they're going to kick 3, and I'm just going to not cause problems here. I don't know. I don't really, even if you, and the biggest thing is like, I don't even know the rules fully, but I know that I'm basically not allowed to do anything. So just let him kick it. He's just like, nah, I'm jumping. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Quay.
By the time you jump, land, and then run and jump again, like you're not getting to the kick.
Right.
Like the kicker's taking 3 steps.
This guy hit it. Yes, we were all nervous when Branch went down, and I didn't like him really being in there, but it's
coming
just
back that,
yeah, but it just showed maybe he's better than. It was weird, man. That thing was just dangling. My only thing when he was going off in the cart was I was like, if he was really hurt, wouldn't they have had it up? It was kind of dangling. So that I was just trying to talk myself into something weird.
That's a good point. I was just so convinced that it was an Achilles because that's how you see Achilles go. But you're right. If it was, it would have been in a boot. It would have been, up or level, they wouldn't have just been. But I'm just thinking to myself, well, Lambeau's old. Maybe the cart's old too.
Yeah.
You know?
Thanks, Steve. I think Montgomery, it's more the lighting. It's not really the sheen. It's more of a light thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to tell you guys, my hairstylist killed it.
You know what? You wake up and you go. You don't have to think. You don't have to wonder. You don't have
I
to.
wake up looking this good. And this morning I woke up feeling dangerous. And so did the Detroit Lions.
Detroit football Lions. This is unbelievable. Craig, whatever your thoughts are. I mean, I could talk forever. I could get off. I could just do anything.
I know. It feels nice. It feels nice. The ramblings are good. It's great having everybody here. This is what we're 4 for 4 now, going live afterwards. So appreciate everybody hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I say something weird that I just thought about?
Hit me.
Like, nobody's going to like this. We're a week away from NBA training camp.
Oh, wow. Nobody's going to like this. You're living in time. Hey,
let's go Pistons.
17 or 18 games, guys.
Yeah, don't worry. There's only 82 games.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be here for them.
You think the Lions winning 12 is cool? Well, the Pistons are going to win 13, 14.
Yeah, the Pistons are going to win 30.
Yeah.
And they're going to lose 52.
Oh, my gosh. I
don't want to talk about the Pistons.
No, but the Lions, last thing is just enjoy this. Even whatever it is, it's on the road. Lambeau, enjoy that. Goff playing well. So easily we're just like, oh yeah, cool, Goff's playing. It's like, remember when just a few weeks ago, it feels like it's like, I don't know, can Goff do this? I don't even know. And it's like, yeah, thankfully can.
Okay. Season of firsts, right? First time we're honestly, I'm not kidding. When was the last time we were division in the lead for the division 4 weeks into the season?
No, I don't know.
I don't recall. And if it was like, what? Because everything, I remember getting close because everybody started slow in the division except the Vikings.
Yep.
So no, that wasn't happening. So what is it going to look like as front runners? Right. Yes. The first of how does this team respond? And they didn't respond well in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, they did, to having a big lead. Right. So, and now how are we going to respond to being not only the lead in the division, but we are going to be favored? I think, I bet the Seahawks, we were favored too. So we will have been favored it's going to be 5 games in a row for sure. We definitely probably won't be favored when we go to play the Ravens, but how can we handle the success? Can we take care of business against these worst teams, go 5-1 here going into the Baltimore game? Because the back half of the schedule does now there's a lot of division games, which helps, but you know what? It doesn't actually get that much harder. It's the middle of I'm looking at our schedule right now. We have to go to Baltimore. That's not easy. We have to go to LA with the Chargers. That's not easy. After that, the 2 hardest games are at New Orleans and at Dallas. Everything in between there is Panthers, Bucks, Raiders, Bears, Packers, Bears, Broncos, Vikings.
So right there, we have Bears, Broncos. I mean, you don't.
Well, it actually goes Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Broncos.
Yeah. But out of those you just listed, there's not usually. And nothing's automatic, but there's not usually where you've seen this bad of a football teams in those 2 teams, and we've got 3 games against 2 Bears. So, I mean, that's awesome. And here's something for you, Craig. Alex Anzalone, 5+ tackles in his 21st consecutive game.
Really?
Which is the first line to do that since 2000. He's underrated, but just a little stat for you. And then Brian Branch, he revealed why he wears a green mouthpiece in here.
Please tell me.
And you're not going to like it.
I want to talk about this for a while.
And you're not going to like it. He said, I wear a green mouthpiece up here because I don't want it in my mouth because I can't breathe. I'm like, okay. Thank you. Any more information, Brian? He's like, and I like the green, and the green has a significance. And you're like, no. What is that?
What is it?
And I'm not going to share it with you.
Really?
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
That's what he said. An article 2 days ago on Detroit News. He said it. I'm not going to share. Thank you so much for.
So I don't want to do this, but the Pistons, when
Oh
we
boy.
had Sadiq Bey,
Yes.
remember he always had that green in his hair
Yes.
right here? He loves the Joker. Or he had a little
Mm,
purple and green or whatever. Or yeah, he
yeah.
loves Batman. He loves the Joker. He just enjoys dark characters and villains.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Brian, I
You're
really
not
was
gonna
like,
like it because I don't know why. That's why
yeah,
I don't like it.
exactly.
It has
Because he
significance,
didn't
but I'm
give an
not gonna
answer,
tell you.
and they clicked. They got me because I'm like, oh, what? It's his mouthpiece. He doesn't have it in because he doesn't like wearing it. But so why does he? It. So I would love to know
Green
because
has significance. It was the color of the underwear he was wearing when he didn't get drafted in the first round.
yeah, something. Let's make that up. I love that. I love. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I
Why
just
didn't
love it.
Jason from Sports Talk Wisconsin or Clint, who came to join us live at the Chiefs game, why didn't they try and get on after the game here?
It's interesting. I don't know.
I
Maybe
haven't
their
heard
internet's
from
down.
them.
Yeah, because they're Green
Those
Bay
Pack-
fans.
Yeah, they're Green Bay fans.
Check them out. Sports Talk Wisconsin. I can't wait to see. Really can't wait to watch his video that comes out.
Can we? Yeah, can't wait to see. That's the most anticipated Sports Talk Wisconsin. Go subscribe to Sports Talk Wisconsin just so you can see his reaction video to this Lions game. But can we do another shout out to our boy Sean over at Sports Talk Fantasy?
Yes.
Because the video he put out this morning was you must play David Montgomery in your fantasy football lineups this week.
And that's a great.
He did okay.
Dude.
Like 130 yards, 3 touchdowns, couple more catches for another 20 yards. Like I'm just doing math in my head, but I mean that's like 34 points.
What an incredible just we controlled the game with that with Montgomery, who was not even supposed to play for weeks, and it's like I don't know what I'm so
that
happy.
Was weird to me. Like when I saw that he had 12 carries and we were barely into the second quarter, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Any concern, Chris, for you at the lack of usage for Jahmyr Gibbs?
Nope, not yet. I think he's still learning. Again, he's 3 games in. I'm not concerned, but I would like once in a while do something, not just a traditional handoff, a screen, a reverse, a jet sweep, just one just to see, but I don't know. It's all right.
Yeah. They're giving all those still to like Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, boy,
the jet sweeps.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned him. There's been different audios, different things said about him. They love him, love that guy, and I was always confused. I'm like, what's he do? I don't get it. And now he's a rock solid. And you saw it today when they were punting. He was rock solid, catching the ball. He's always kind of moving forward. But the thing I was disappointed, our punter, I was telling my wife, I'm like, watch this. I'm like, watch this bomb. And every punt was bad tonight, but whatever.
Well, yes.
I don't know.
Yes, it was.
Really,
but here's the thing. His punting, we felt it was bad. His average punt was 45 yards.
Okay.
I felt the same way, but I know his last 2 punts were like 35.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're getting those numbers. He had 4 punts for 180 yards.
Okay. Yep. So fine. Good. Panay Sewell. Oh wait. Okay, here we go. Detroit Lions, Aidan Hutchinson posted career high in pressures, 8 and a pressure rate of 21% with a sack and a half tonight. Hutchinson has generated at least 5 QB pressures in 6 games, dating back to week 14 of 2022. And every game this season, he's had at least 5 pressures.
So he's at 3.5 sack in 4 games.
Let's go. Let's go. This is great.
This is what 14 sacks looks like, people.
Yeah, that's right. And it feels so good. And I just don't know what to or I don't.
I want him to end this year as the single season sack leader.
Absolutely.
And you know what else would make me secretly just so happy is if David Montgomery just went right past Jamal Williams' touchdown record.
Oh, I would love that.
Wouldn't that be great? It's the system.
Yep. It is. Hello. And the fact that we got tackled inside the 2 14
Looking at you,
times.
Le'Veon Bell. Shouldn't have left Pittsburgh.
Whoopsies. Dude, this is I'm still trying to wrap my head around I mean, just the number of times in our lifetime that we've come to Lambeau and just turned the game off at halftime and just you can't even watch.
How many Packers fans and how many people watching this game nationwide turn the game off at halftime?
Oh, bye. See ya.
You could tell Al Michaels was almost mad.
Yes.
Because he's like, dude, I don't even know how to keep these people here.
Dude, he's hit that old man status. I've been doing this forever. He said hell a couple times. Like,
yeah, just swearing.
Yeah. He's just like
he was talking about how they can get the internet riled up and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, you sounded so old.
Dude,
I don't care. You can do whatever you want, Al Michaels. You've been around for so long.
Forever.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he looks, I don't know. He's seriously been calling games for 40 years, and there he sits, and he's just like, "What's up?"
He sits.
What's up? But dude, Green Bay Packers, the Wisconsin, even up in the UP, you know, live and die Green Bay, and we just shocked their system because they were getting a little goofy. They're thinking, "Hey, we're playing well. We're 2-1. Like, let's see what we can do. We're at home," and we just shattered their hopes because now they realize, all right, dang, this team is good, and we're not able to hang with them.
Yeah. I'm not saying they can't get there, right? Because they got, and we should be further along, right? I mean, they have a first-year quarterback, and they have extremely young wide receivers. Like, we should be further along, but we are. So that's good too. Here's it was funny. I saw this. Did you see LaFleur's halftime interview?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, was he angry?
He didn't know what to say. He knew he had to say something. He didn't know if he doesn't
want to call everybody out. And it's
right.
It felt like a college coach.
Yes.
Like all he had left was play for the man next to you. Like that's the only thing he had because everything else wasn't working.
It did. It felt like a college game, but like a lower tier game, like a Bowling Green versus Toledo. Toledo's killing them, and the Bowling Green coach is just barking at and it's like, no, this is a National Football League primetime game, and he's just I'm embarrassed. I'm like, yes, I love it.
You're a big mascot guy. Bowling Green and Toledo. What are the mascots?
Bowling Green Falcons.
Correct.
A bird. Okay. And then Toledo Rockets.
Yes. Thank you.
Wow. Let me give you one just for giggles.
Don't. Okay.
I just want to give you
it's not going to be like some obscure high school or something, is it?
Ohio.
Oh, the Bobcats.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Let's get some action. Like
we could go Mac all day.
High school.
I love this, man. I'm just so actually I got this. I'm going to show you something. And actually, I want to give this away. I want to do a giveaway. I don't even know how to do a giveaway. You ready for what I'm going to give away?
What are you going to give away?
Stand by, everyone. This is a giveaway. I don't know how to give it away, but stand by.
Well, you can't just give the people what they want, but
how do we do a giveaway? I think
the only way to do a giveaway is if you're going to have a question, maybe the first person to respond correctly in the chat thread. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They will get the giveaway, and then they can get it by, is that Bobby Boucher?
Bobby Boucher. Hold on.
Well, hold on a second. So we can do the question. The first person to get it, we announce who the winner is. You put your answers in the comment section, and then they can shoot us an email, and we can ship it off to them.
Yeah, there you go.
And must live within the United States.
Must live in the United States. And yeah, so
Preferably
anybody
the
gets the
state of
question
Michigan.
right, we'll pick randomly from that person. So that way people aren't just keep piling them in here.
Yeah, piling in. Yep.
So
Look at people. It's me. I would. How did you get this?
let me now. This is embroidered. Okay, this is very nice.
Can I win this?
One of the things you're gonna love here is this is obviously when they go to the Bourbon Bowl, but this is a Bourbon Bowl.
You've got to be kidding
This is the
me.
Bourbon Bowl edition. So this is Bobby Boucher.
What is it? Southwest Louisiana State University.
Yeah, that's right. Now the Bourbon Bowl, it's the 50th anniversary patch, which a lot of people don't. So okay, here's the question. Ready?
Do you have one?
No, I have no idea. Let me think of one.
You want some Waterboy trivia? Like,
oh my gosh. It's got to be. I mean, you can basically Google anything in the world. So if you know what I'm saying?
yeah, we'll cut it off quick enough. No, we
all
won't.
right. Let's just
Hey,
say.
don't Google. Do you want Waterboy trivia, like the name of an actor, something like that?
How? Yeah, hit me anything, Craig.
Okay. So, do you want me to keep it just the name of the actor, or do you want me to go even more complex?
No, just name of the actor.
Okay. In The Waterboy, Bobby Boucher had a coach.
Oh.
What is the name of the actor who played the coach?
What's the name of the actor? Hit us up quick here. We're not going to let this linger forever because people will just copy what they see, even in the comments, or they'll Google it. But
first and last name, please.
Yes. Who was his girlfriend? Oh, that's not the question.
No.
Oh, Dilly, but
I'm not giving it to a State fan.
No,
I'm
sorry, Dylan.
That's not true. He's definitely available.
You're in the running, Dylan.
Writing down names.
Yep. Hit a couple names. Write a couple names down. Keep them coming.
RTTP.
Keep them coming. You're gonna get in the drawing right now. You're in the drawing. You're in it. You're in it. Dylan, it's okay. It's okay. You're in, Dylan. Oh, wow.
I love a guy who's like, I don't care. I'm still not impressed.
Okay, couple more. Get them in. Mad Widget, Eric Wright. Yeah, no, we're just getting a couple names for the drawing. That's all. The Wingman. All right, let's stop it there. Randomly pick one, Craig, and then you email us.
All right. A little eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah.
All right, we are down to 6 people. Should I say the names just so they get even more?
Oh, they're coming in pretty hot now. All right.
I got to put McNizzle in there.
McNizzle, thank you so much.
Just because
you got a cool thing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randomly pick me, Mad Widget said.
All
right, here we go. Just hit him. Hit him with one. This was random. We're feeling froggy.
And the winner is
John. That's so true.
What every man needs when he's going out. Maybe a pilot needs this as well. It's the goose to Maverick. It's a wingman.
Wingman won?
Wingman won.
Wingman. Congratulations, Wingman. Now, again, this is a embroidered Bobby Boucher.
How many people are going to email us saying they're Wingman?
Yeah, with their address. Yeah. Wingman, hit us up. Wingman, you're in. Okay, Craig, this has been just so fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I can't believe you did that. That's great. Good job.
No
recount. Not the vote. Dylan, good job, Dylan. He immediately heads out. He knows he's on the list to get it, and he immediately throws out the congratulations.
Thanks, Dylan.
Good sportsmanship.
Stop the count. Oh boy.
Hey, there's always going to be someone.
Yeah, it's okay. Craig, what do we do now? Just is It's like I can't go to bed. Like, what, am I just gonna just go to bed?
Yeah, I'm gonna record a couple videos for Sports Talk Detroit and Sports Talk Extra. So that's what I'm gonna do.
This is unbelievable. Thank you so much, everyone. I don't want to leave, but I don't want to stay.
Yep, time to go. Everybody,
right.
thank you so much for watching. We're almost there. It's all good.
Go Lions. We'll be back at the end of next game, post game. Come here live. Maybe get a random giveaway. You never know.
Who knows?
Wow.
Things get crazy.
All right. See you, man.
See you later, everybody.
See ya.